Sophie K here at Knotfest Germany, and I have the band that everybody is talking about right now. It's VENDED!
Hey, what's up?
Waka waka.
Do you know what? It's so good to finally sit down with you guys, because we haven't met yet, but I know that you have been chatting to us at Knotfest. It's been a little while. What have you been up to in that time? Because you've been busy.
Yeah, we've been on many tours in between. We did our own headline tour.
Yeah.
Then we went out with Code Orange on a U.S. tour. And then now we're doing a full, pretty much European tour right now.
Wow. And dropping songs out there.
Yeah, we dropped a new single, Dead to Me.
Keeping it busy. So let's rewind. Okay. So you went out on tour with Code Orange. How was that?
Oh, it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if we can swear on here.
Let's
can
just
we?
do it and see what
all
happens.
Right.
That's how I do everything.
It was honestly amazing. All of them were very, very lovely and supporting people.
Yeah.
We had a great time. The fans, they loved it, and everybody who came to the shows, they received our music well, and they received the other bands well, and everything went all right.
That's great, because that's what you want to hear, isn't it? Because you guys you have had so much love and so much support. You have been kind of thrown in at the deep end, and you just have to go with it. Do you still get a little bit like, I'm a bit nervous about this one today, guys, hopefully, and then get through it?
I mean, like it's usually on tour, like it's the first like one or two shows you get nervous. But after that, you just kind of get into the groove.
What's your techniques? Do you have anything that you do to center yourselves?
The way that, because I have a lot of anxiety, so like before shows I tend to get like a weight in my chest, like right in the middle, right beforehand. But what I do is I forget where I got it from, but it's basically just like a full reset where you breathe deep through your nose and you hold it for a second, and then you take sips of air, like 3 sips of air through your mouth, and then let it all out. And then it kind of just gives your body like a big reset, just to be able to be like, okay, let's do this.
Wait a second. I am an anxious wreck. I get stressed going to the supermarket. So you need to teach me this. You take a deep breath.
So yeah. And then it just gives your body a full reset.
Do you know what you just saw there watching this? The difference between a trained person and an asthmatic who hasn't gone to the gym enough this week. I was like,
Hey, I used to have asthma too.
fantastic. So, yeah, very, very busy. How has the reception been to the new music?
It has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It's probably like one of my favorite songs to play every night.
When you're playing that song, have you seen many people like singing back and seeing that response from the crowd?
Yeah, I've seen people like their eyes light up immediately. Wow. They know exactly what's going on. It's amazing. Because
that's the feeling, right? That's what you do this for. That's that magic that brings it in. Now, one of the things I've seen when we look through and we're seeing interviews with you guys, there's a lot of information out there. Obviously, there's a lot of references, comparisons, but I'm like, you guys are standing on your own feet. You're delivering killer music, so we want to get to know you as individuals. So I've got some questions to find out a little bit more. What would you say was the album that got you into rock and metal?
I'd say it's not really rock and metal, because I have like a wide variety of just music that I am into.
Give me some extremes.
I'd say,
like what?
The album that I was gonna drop was Arctic Monkeys. I think it was Favorite Nightmare or something. I forget the name.
Wow, so you like the indie side as well?
Oh yeah, I just grew up with that album, and I just know almost every single song on that album. And I will, like, if I just get bored, I'll just put my headphones in while I'm driving, and I'll just start playing Arctic Monkeys and singing it.
Nice.
For me, it's probably either Nirvana's Nevermind or there's this band, a really old band from Des Moines called Cassandra Disease, and they had a song called Rapture, and my dad would play that song every time before I go to a football game when I was like 12 or 13.
Did you ever like deviate and go into other genres where folks were like, come back this way. This is a guitar. Come back this way.
I mean, the older I got, like now I listen to a bunch of other stuff. When I was like younger, I was like, this other crap sucks, you know?
I've all my life I've been into like metal and all that stuff, but I started finding different music that I am into. Like recently I got into Shadow Academy, and I'm also just like a massive Amanda Palmer fan. I love like, what's another one? Just a lot of stuff. Like I could literally just go through my phone if it wasn't dead right now. I'd go through my phone and just be like, this is everything.
But isn't that the way? Like having that variety in your choices, I think that's how from an outside perspective, I would assume that's how you've been able to craft your sound as something new and unique. Because if you only ever listen to metal, I guess it can end up sounding too much like something that's been, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So do you all have, like, let's say if you were all in the van on tour, trying to make a playlist, do you all generally get on?
It's usually whoever's up front.
Right, okay.
Usually gets to play it.
And it's like, and none of you are like maybe country fans, so you're like, this is what we're doing.
I like Jason Aldean.
I don't know who that is, but I will nod.
I like Morgan Wallen too.
I like the Me First and the Gimme Gimmes album, where it was Me First and the Gimme Gimmes love their country. That's one for me.
There we go.
Even though it's just covers.
That's what you want to hear. Now, what is something that you're passionate about that people wouldn't expect you to be passionate about?
Yo-yoing.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
I've seen it firsthand.
Do you have one with you?
No, I don't.
Okay, I wish we had a yo-yo right now.
I also like fishing and hunting too.
Do you? Mm-hmm. Wow. See, I'm English, so when you say hunting, I'm like, with real guns? Really? Or do you just chase them? So you go fishing, you go hunting, and you do yo-yoing. How wholesome. Can you do the tricks? Can you like make the yo-yo go through the cat's cradle?
I could do a bunch of different things, but I don't know. I don't have one right now, so I can't do it.
That's pretty cool. I'll just take your word for it. Like right now, I could tell you that I ice skate, and I can do backflips.
Oh, that's lovely.
And you can just say whatever in this interview.
I was I'm a massive nerd, so I'm into like Dark Souls or like just video games in general. But recently, I really got into like Magic the Gathering. I know everybody doesn't want me to say that, but I mean, it's really fun to play, and it gets like a one-on-one interaction with me and my friends rather than just like I'm playing a video game while someone else is watching YouTube. Like, kind of like gets people talking.
Right. So hopefully, maybe you'll start your Twitch channel and take over Matt Heafy.
I've got plans.
You've got exclusive happened right here at Knotfest. It's happening. It is happening. Right. So, what would you say, if you have any stories of this, is the weirdest place that you've been recognised?
At the airport, I guess. I don't know.
At the airport, how do people? Do you find it awkward when people come? Because at the airport, like I'm not gonna lie, I look terrible at the airport. Like, I look like someone's dragged me off the street because I just want to look comfy. So it's not a place where I want to be noticed. How do you find it when people come up to you?
I don't really mind when people come up to me.
We rock the gross. We pretty much just rock the gross and rock the I'm in my pajamas right now because you know what? This is going to be a 12-hour flight.
Yeah. This is me.
Yeah. I think the weirdest place that I've ever been recognized was, I want to say this right. I think it was Sahara it's like this just beauty place. I was over there just to get some stuff for Christmas or I was there with somebody, and me and my stepmom, we went up to the counter, and the girl was just like looking at Alicia and looking at me, and I was just like, oh, I think she's gonna recognize Alicia or someone, and then she points to me and is like, you're Griffin Taylor from VENDED, right? And I'm just like, I don't know. I was not expecting to be fucking recognized in a beauty place, and I was just like, this is so awesome.
That's great though, because that's what I love to see, and I love the fact that in a beauty shop, that's where you're getting recognized. Because there was a time where they weren't. I know, right? Exactly. Especially with that hair, I'm jealous. I'm not even going to lie. What would you say is the most ridiculous purchase that you don't regret buying? or something you spent a lot on that people would be like, wow, okay.
Any sort of guitar gear.
Ah, so full guitar nerding out.
My girlfriend gets really mad at me.
Does she?
Yeah.
Could you tell us something? Like, I was gonna try and pretend and go, oh, have you bought a Klon? That's the only thing I can think of that I know. A Klon pedal, which is worth a lot. Am I making that up?
Well, I know what a Klon is. I do not have it because I do not have that kind of money.
Okay, okay. Is there anything you're really proud of?
My girlfriend knows every time I tell her a price, it's a complete lie. So
standard, like, of course.
Mm-hmm.
How much did this cost? Oh, it was in the sale. It's fine.
For me, once again, it was like $60 on Magic the Gathering cards for like different days. And like at first, like I got $20 specifically given to me to buy Magic cards. I bought some Magic cards, and then I went home, and then I like just like I had like just this piggy bank and a crayon piggy bank that was like this tall. I just went through and got all the quarters, all the dimes and stuff, and I just like trying to get any amount of money just to get more, because I was like, this is a hobby that I could really get into.
Do you know what? You've almost sold it to me, and I don't even know what it is. I'm like, yeah, cool, let's go.
I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but I mean,
Okay.
it is a very fun game.
It's a fun game. So what would you guys like to see happening going forward for the band? Because I think you're at one of those real turning points as a band. I don't know if it feels that way for you, because often it's just a lot of graft, isn't it? But you are at a turning point. What would be your goal? I guess you've discussed this.
Being able to play stadiums every night like this.
Really, that's your goal, playing stadiums. What would be your like idea of a show if you could just had any budget and you can go anywhere you want?
I'd probably throw like a big show in Iowa or something like that. I'd love to play at Wells Fargo Arena.
Right. Would you have pyro?
Yes.
Okay.
If we had the budget.
Because I'm not offering it you here, but if Knotfest said you can have as much money as you want, I can see the Knotfest team looking at me like, Sophie, shut the fuck up. We're not doing that. If they gave you as much money as you want to put on the most ridiculous show, how far would you go?
I would just put like explosions everywhere.
Okay, yeah, just make it like.
I would honestly like to answer the first part of like my ideal show is to have the people in the crowd have a one moment in their like during the show where they're just like holy shit, like just one like certain individuals where it's like either caught on camera or just to themselves where they're just like holy shit, this is like going to shows is my thing. Whether or not it's a good band, whether or not it's a shit band, like this is my thing. But yeah, also like playing clubs and stuff would be fun because it's like it's more compact, so that like we'd be able to get like people stage diving, people like crowd surfing, like jumping up and down, like like Zillikami type stuff, like just super insane.
See, what I'm getting from you here is this feeling of like community and wanting to bring everybody together and appreciate the fans. Is that something that you discuss, or is it just like an unwritten rule of the band?
I feel like it's kind of like an unwritten rule or whatever, but I'm pretty sure everybody agrees upon it, you know? Yeah. Fans are one of the things that come first.
If a fan is at the front and they're like, oh my God, please notice me, what do they have to do to get noticed?
They really don't have to do anything
Just
at
be
all. So pretty much just be there because, you know, I've seen bands, you know, have noticed me, or hardcore bands have given me the mic before, but I like to have that same experience for the people in front of me, you know.
So me wearing that banana costume during your entire set probably was a bit too much then.
Wait, what? You did what now?
Where were you?
Where?
So who would you...
Where?
You answer the question.
Where were you? Oh my God, do you know what? You're actually really intimidating in that mask. That's a really good mask.
I was throwing up. Where were you?
How did it go, by the way? Because I was actually in here interviewing Tesseract, so I missed it.
The show was amazing. Oh my gosh. It was like the craziest shit. And like there's one we had to add a song, so we added Fear Forgotten, and there was like one moment when we did the Wall of Death, and we got everybody split apart. I jumped in the crowd, I got back up on stage, and then I was just like, normally I take the mic and I'm like, hold and it just all came out, and it was just cold water, lemon, and honey, and I was just like, oh God, back to vocals.
That's so metal. That's amazing.
We do that every night.
Wow. Okay, so it went well. And just to recap right now, if you're just watching this, it is Knotfest Germany. The lineup is behind us here. Some amazing bands playing. Is there anyone else in particular that you guys are like, we're definitely going to go see them?
Ghostmane, Meshuggah. I just already watched Malevolence.
Yeah. This is a sick lineup. It's an exciting time, I think, to be into the heavier side of music. It's an exciting time for metal. And yeah, you guys are right there at the front of it. So thank you so much. Thank you for the music, guys.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for chatting to us here at Knotfest.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you so very, very much for having us.